Welcome back, children. Now in this second video I'm going to tell you about the style of the poem and the literary devices that has been used in this poem. Children, here is the style of the poem. The poem has a conversational style where only one speaker, that is the mother, voices her views. The thoughts of the child, which are put in parentheses, are not uttered. Parenthesis means bracket. The child seems to be listening in silence, but in reality, her imagination, which is fast at work, transports her from her home to sea, to the roadside, to an old castle, and thus she wishes to escape the perpetual nagging by the mother. In the 5 stanzas uttered by the mother, Amanda's name appears 12 times. Each of these stanzas gives jolts and jerks to the child. Hence, the stanzas spoken by the mother are written in free verse, but the poet has used rhyme scheme for the thoughts of the child, who imagines a blissful life full of liberty and joy. Now, children, we are going to start the literary devices that is used in this poem, Amanda. Literary device is a technique a writer uses to produce a special effect in their writing. Children, we are going to start with the first literary device, that is alliteration. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same sound, that is consonant sound, at the beginning of the adjacent or closely connected words. It creates a musical effect. Children, the use of alliteration is skillfully made in these lines. Look at line number 3, first stanza. Stop that slouching and sit up straight. Here you can see the S sound has been repeated, which makes the line musical. Now here you can see stop that sulking at once, Amanda. Here you can see S sound has been repeated. And look at first stanza. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. Here which sound has been repeated? T sound has been repeated. So these are the examples of alliteration. Our next poetic device is repetition. Poets often repeat single word or phrases, lines, and sometimes even whole stanzas at intervals to create a musical effect, or to emphasize a point, or to draw the reader's attention, or to lend unity to a piece. Children, you will find the good example of repetition in this poem. Like you can see, Amanda. Amanda name has been repeated many times in this poem. Have a look at it. Everywhere you'll find Amanda. So this is the good example of repetition. Now we move to next poetic device, that is anaphora. Anaphora is a poetic device in which a word or group of words is used repeatedly at the beginning of sentences or clauses to create a special effect to something. Here, children, you can see the example of anaphora in first 2 lines. Here, which word has been repeated? Don't. And don't, which stresses the authoritative tone of the mother. Now look at these lines here. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Here, did you, it has been repeated and emphasizes the harsh treatment of Amanda at the hands of her mother. Now we move to next literary device, that is allusion. Allusion means an indirect reference or suggestion. It is a figure of speech in which a passing but significant reference is made to a well-known person, place, thing or idea of a historical, mythological, cultural, literary or political significance. It does not describe in detail the person or thing it refers to. And there are two allusions in this poem. Here you can find the idea of a historical or mythological significance. There are two allusions in the poem. The first one is a mermaid drifting blissfully. Here a reference is made to a mermaid who is a folklore, is presented as an aquatic creature with the head and upper body of a female human and tail of a fish. Second example of allusion is I'm Rapunzel. Here you'll find Rapunzel having a golden haired young girl in a German fairy tale. Rapunzel was imprisoned in a tower by which she let her long hair down through the window of the tower. Her prince climbed up the hair, entered the tower and rescued her. These are the best example of allusion. Now we move to the next literary device, that is metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech that is used to make a comparison between two things that aren't alike but do have something in common. Children, you know that metaphor is an indirect comparison and the poet has used this in a very good way. The poet uses metaphors in stanzas 2nd, 4 and 6. He compares Amanda with a mermaid, then as an orphan, and then as a Rapunzel, respectively. Amanda imagines herself to be gliding over the sea like a mermaid. Then she dreams that she is an orphan roaming about freely without any restraints. And finally, she imagines that she is Rapunzel living a solitary life in a tower. Children, the explanation of the stanzas and about the title is in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.